Actually, here we go. Hey, look at it. It's yellow.
It is yellow. It was in that last clip of actually. But Bucky, Frosty, Hogman, and Yellow, we saw them last time in Lazy Lagoon. We saw them actually wipe. Whose team was it that they were fighting against? Don't quite remember, but we'll see. Yes, Landjock, Takata, Kayun, and I already found a llama, actually, doing their best Tifu impersonation and Komikaze impersonation.
They're so good at that. Yeah. Spotting the pixel. It's like a game within a game. You find the llama.
I can land tomato.
They're landing right above that team. This is where they kind of started it. And that's why they were able to probably wrap that fight up so quick, right? They come from up here, jump down.
Nice big splits, and then possibly a quick push into Lazy Lagoon.
I like what it does here. So this is a safe split because of the hoverboard. So you can actually go over here, snatch some quick gear, take the hoverboard, and dip out. That's been about the new rotation, I guess, of Season X so far. This limited mobility that's been going on this season really has made hoverboards a main priority. We saw that big time yesterday in the explosive LTM BR that kind of had some fun with.
I don't know if he can shield.
Symmetrical and Macklin and Co are all in a fight right now. It's interesting because they had both of those teams had really good performances yesterday. In today's game, game number 1.
I just need to pump and I'll be fine.
You saw that tarping of the mech in the high ground. It's pretty crazy. Raining terror down in the lobby. So we'll see how things come together and piece together for this squad here. They're so far apart from one another. This is why the split works. So you see his rotation is to actually push through the toxic zone over here, just chipping away at the corner chests that are all around this area. Basically, before the team that fully commits to Lazy Lagoon can get here, they're cutting that kind of, rotation off.
I never realized until just like watching now. And we already saw it yesterday, so I don't know how I didn't have this realization yesterday, but you can just farm on the driftboard. You just drive up to a rock and hit it. I literally, every time I'm on a driftboard, I get off to farm.
Boom. Is there anything you can't do?
Boom.
Mind blown.
On driftboard?
No, I mean, we watched Mega and Dubs heal on it yesterday. They were fighting, and
can you build?
No, you can't build.
Okay.
Can you?
I don't think
now I'm asking the question.
Imagine.
You can't build on the board. Otherwise, players would literally ramp rush.
I know, yeah, right.
Otherwise, it is objectively better to have a board than to not have a board.
Remember the ramp rushes with the shopping carts?
Fortunately, I did not, but I have a little bit more to lose. So
that was one of my
favorite Tim the Tapman videos.
Oh, really?
Was them like doing X Games in Fortnite,
but
half pipe, but then like they lose all their momentum and just gonna like fall off into the ramp.
Dakota's was trying one day in the playground for like hours to hit this one like cool obstacle course that he made.
Into the
That was definitely one of my favorite days of Fortnite. Was the launch of the shopping cart. Everybody just having a great time, just trying to do weird, funky things with them.
Such a silly vehicle too, right? It's a shopping cart as a means to get across the map. Once again, flexing that Fortnite can really shift the game in any direction that they choose, per se.
There's somebody right next to me, dude. He's just in the open.
Oh, seems like we have players nearby. There's another team. Takata, Landjock, Kayun, and K-Sid. We talk. This is their spot. This is Lagoon.
I'm chilling.
This time they don't end up fighting against Yellow, Hogman, and company. Which is interesting. I'm curious why the difference this game. Who made the change? Probably not these guys.
I mean,
but why would Bucky and company make that change if they wiped them so easily?
I was gonna say, I think the way it kind of started was just they were farming the left side of that beach and not this side. So this time they're actually actively staying away from that cliff. If you put yourself under the cliff, they have full advantage over you.
And the other thing too is the possibility of, that split that they did last game. I'm talking about the other team that's nearby as well, the Hogman and Bucky team. They saw something. They saw that area with the toxic pits and the hangars out there was uncontested. So they said, hey, let's actually just go tomato in this, and that's our spot for now. Whereas last game they committed to something else possibly.
Here's a little farm. Tokata. I've actually never visited Tokata's stream. Love the keyboard. Glow going on there.
Afterwards, you're like.
Love the overlay too.
Yeah.
Colors.
Only two
I like it.
What's holding his mic up? Oh, I see the arm there. It's like I see the wire cutting to the right, but I didn't necessarily see the boom kind of directly underneath it.
You can have them to hold bandies, never mind.
God, can you move my way?
Where are you?
Yeah, we'll head that way.
Really far. You're like really far. We want to map this up, so we're gonna be a bit probably, and I want to loot the route over
There's
here.
a ton of metal here. A ton.
Discussing their loot paths and
Are
opportunities.
you at Dusty?
Please.
Yeah.
No,
Where are
I'm
you?
at Loot Lake. None of it is hit.
What their goals are right now.
Yeah, I'll come that way.
Want to farm as much, get all their materials. Remember, we are playing on the normal playlist, so you can farm up to 999 material for each brick, wood, and metal.
Yeah, this is a good place to do it too because the trees here specifically give a lot of loot. This big stone head as well can give tons of brick. So
and that brick that he was just farming, those little tiny rocks that circle, actually give way more than this head actually. So he's up to 600. Aiden, Innocent, Sean, and Assaults. Full Ghost Squad. Farming up Retail Row. And this is exactly what Retail Row does. Look at Aiden's loadout. He's got the RPG Chug Jug, a legendary infantry rifle, and I'm sure the same situation is unfolding for the rest of his teammates too.
I'll hold the full pot. Minis?
I already. Yo, I'm gonna spray it. I'm gonna spray
I dropped the full. I dropped the full. I'm gonna grab it. I need a better
Another
shot, though, like
aspect.
you guys said. Holy shit.
Of squads is the fact.
going
Oh,
for a
hold
snipe,
on.
I'm going for it.
BUGHA almost is there lurking outside of.
I
wait,
saved
he
the
didn't
roof.
build. He didn't realize he got shot amongst the chaos.
Wait, do something, please.
What is happening? Why are they not building?
Dude, I hit one already.
It's like they didn't even realize. Maybe all the zombie noises inside are just way
Maybe
loud.
he thought he got hit by a zombie, and he's like, "What just happened?"
No, now they know. Now they're ramping
Now they
up towards
Pretend to be zombies. Pretend to be zombies.
Sancho West. Pretend to be zombies. You don't have the right skin for it, but hey, you can make it work. Is that corrosive?
Wait.
Look, it's
Focus.
Aiden.
Which
they don't
one?
even
Which one?
realize.
Left. Far back left.
Oh fuck.
And someone else is shooting them now.
Why are these kids like this, bro?
That's gotta be a content creator team.
So they
These kids are
almost had a
content creators. We need to
free
rotate back northwest.
ambush,
We're
basically. But whatever squad is coming from racetrack area really has ruined it. You can see the frustration in the comms
Yo, I'm
there.
gonna fight these.
Oh! All of a sudden, a zombie comes out of nowhere. It's BUGHA now. Has to back up. Has to
I'm sitting in zone.
go all the way. Now they are stuck in zone because of the way that
Need to
this
get
all
in.
unfolded.
Want
Want
to
to get
boys?
towards
Book
it. They are going to be able to not have to go too far. I'm literally terrified every time I see a zombie right now. That is a player, just because that jump scare that BUGHA just had to deal
I'm
with.
never scared.
Well, that was a player, by the way.
I know. I know.
Oh, okay. I was
know.
gonna say.
They threw a stink at us.
Definitely a player.
Above us. To the building. I talked to the building. Talk to the building.
In the building.
These comms are a little bit
just big
hectic
and
right
chug
now
over
as
there.
they find themselves between the two squads here.
Right now, hold on. I don't think you realize which team this is. This is Karos is on this team with
Killing the
BUGHA.
baby. That's Boss Baby's dad.
Oh, we're on.
Shut the fuck up. Already gave him all mine. Don't have me.
Well, see, they've just. Oh, wait, is that a brute? Is that what they were just talking about?
Here.
If they, no, definitely not, because otherwise they wouldn't be staying in
These
the,
kids,
inside
the
of this
kids who push
house.
on the hill, they fucking suck. I'm telling you right now, they suck. We can shit on them.
We've got to see if they can get out of retail at
Like,
this
I
point.
wanted
They're
to
just
build for
farming a
10
little bit,
seconds, I
but
just lazed
I
them.
think
All right, do you guys just want to put?
Sean Aiden's team might have already escaped from the north side or the south side of Retail Row. No, they're actually still here. Yeah, it is on the south side, but hold on. Gives maybe BUGHA the taste of his own medicine as the snipe from 240 meters.
Don't.
From downtown, hits the long-range snipe.
We don't even need the kills.
And they just say, you know what? Eat that, and I'm out. So now they're just gonna keep it moving. No reason to push because again, there's two teams over there, so anything can go which way. That was just a disgusting shot from Innocence.
There's nothing innocent about that at all. That was straight up guilty.
Oh, that gave us an ass load of math. Anyone? Here.
Breaking the law with that snipe. Ridiculous. I'm curious who it was because I would laugh so hard if it was BUGHA. After you hit that one snipe, they weren't paying attention, and they're just like, yeah, they have the confidence. They're gonna just
I need
do it.
AR ammo, guys.
No, it wasn't. Gross just took one down.
I need AR ammo, guys.
It's possible they heard the snipe and capitalized.
They're really bad.
Yeah, they're really bad. We can kill these guys. 3 fucking points.
I have a pad. We could pad.
I have one stick, I have one
They don't have too far to go on zone, so
Oh, there's a mech.
the danger
Back over there. Come back.
that they're discussing about trying to get into zone is not too high.
Now we have
No
shield.
shield either.
They just spot
Two
the
bigs.
brute in the distance.
Spots. Give me a big.
A threat that's looming.
Guys.
It's actually coming towards them.
Do we shoot?
Yes.
No.
Fucking run. No, you
Answer.
we-
Answer is
Said yellow,
always
just
yes.
run.
There's
Oh,
two.
no, there's 2 of them.
Now there's 2. Now you run. Now you get out of here.
And abort mission.
Moon bouncing.
They
Guys,
are
we need to
out
get
of
as
there.
far away as possible.
Got the right idea here.
Two moon bouncing babies.
Those people 240, those might be the shitters.
Fuck out. Dude, my mats are
You can see he's
I'm
gave
10,
them a
1,
dubbed
2. You need
name for the squad
nice.
that was nearby.
Okay, full split type of full throw.
That team is garbage. They will be known as such from now
Shot
on.
happens.
It's hilarious too because you got the junk riffs. The porta
pop the shot.
potties.
Bugha's got to go on defense here for a second. As he kind of holds
On
up.
defense, or do you mean alt tabbed?
Well, he did get shot there. He did get shot for a
Oh,
second.
he took off his headset too. I don't know what he's doing.
It went.
All right, I'm back. I'm back.
Welcome
All
back.
right, someone take my pad. I'm low
My
HP.
neighbor was leaving for college. I had to say bye. Here you go. Take some minis, 2 bigs.
That's so nice. Feels good, man.
You gotta take my
Have
pad.
a good time in college.
I'm fucking not feeling confident right now. You take that shit. I'm gonna die.
70 players, 69 players now.
Placement matters.
And that is, what is it? Is it just moving into 3rd zone? Basing up on the side right now. They might have to
All tabbing right.
deal with a longer rotation here, but remember they still have the 2
2.7K.
jump pads.
Yo.
It went moment saw it.
Keep
3
singing
shots.
for us, Bugha, please. That's beautiful.
Take a pad. You're confident. Come on. Let's edge in. We just need to edge in.
Take the pad. You're
We're
confident.
gonna die.
He said earlier, he's like, I'm not confident. I do
Yeah.
not want this pad.
I hate these zones.
Take a
We need
pad,
to-
you're confident.
I think that's our win condition here.
Oh, practicing his movement here. Okay, keeping them
Does
fingers
the team on the
warm.
hill have a mech?
No, they were fucking sniping.
He's warming up the tires NASCAR style. Just wiggling back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the mag, there's the mag.
Oh,
There was a player
Oh,
in there.
stinky,
Quick
stinky,
snipe right there isn't going to
stinky,
connect,
stinky,
but great stink is going to force that player to back up.
Or 2 more.
Oh, I got
Jumps in and gets
Behind,
just
behind,
hurt
behind.
from both angles
behind.
now. I think there's a team on the cliff as well.
That's not me. That's not me, Cruz.
I'm gonna die to a stink if they throw it again.
Bugha's down. Kroos is trying to box him up so that he can get the res off.
Stick my build. Yeah, stick.
That's not going to work out.
I'm sticking.
6 seconds.
No way.
No, this is not the play. They're all going to go
way.
down. Not the play.
I killed Garose.
If you look at the feed right now, every single one of them is down. And
look at
they
what
followed
team it
them
was. Yes.
all the way out of retail. They had that first snipe that Bugha hit.
Isn't this the garbage team?
Yes. The team they
I don't know.
dubbed.
I don't know.
This was the team that they dubbed.
Wasn't it the team that was north of them though? The one that was that shot at them when they were
No,
looking
it was the
to
team,
fight.
It was the team in the town that was like not building.
Same retail squad, so
Well, it's better for story regardless.
nice little bit of payback there. And we talked yesterday about how teams forget, but no, not these boys. They kept that grudge and stood just close enough at the hip.
No
to find them.
respectful disengage here.
Oh no.
They're gonna
Quiet. It's Mac North.
hear the insults thrown at them and
Rotate to your marker like you said now.
throw some garbage on them in the form of stink grenades.
Just don't move. Or like, don't make noise.
Who smells now?
Oh, that's it. The mech sees him. Here comes the missiles, and out goes the pad. The pad is going to get broken, though, so their squad's going to be left behind most of them.
He has 3 pads on him. If they had split like the team that they just took out, they would not be in this situation right now, but they also all had pads. Remember, they came out of retail row, so it makes sense.
Yeah, they literally must have had some extra ones because somehow Aiden Innocence also got out. He dropped more pads, so
How many do you have?
I have one. Oh, you have one.
Aiden has one.
Give Aiden one then. Dive 2.
How much mats? Do you guys have hard mats?
Collectively, as a squad, I think about 10 launch pads, which is insane. It's the
I only have
perfect
500 metal.
recipe, honestly, for the current state of the game. This is what you want ideally, and that's why retail row loot is going to
Can I
play
get some
big handy here.
I really appreciate the Skinnergy.
Ooh, I love
wearing
that term.
All wearing the same one there, decked out, looking like a team.
Like, you guys don't have to worry
Got the
about
morale going.
It's a Skinnergy.
That's great. Wave Punk has made his name in the Fortnite terminology now. GG's.
Oh,
I'm using that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was scary. Oh no.
Whenever the game is slowed down enough, when we dive into talking about skins, at least we can do it now with some flair.
That's right.
So if we launch.
By the way, I saw some people in chat asking, how do we send in clips? You don't actually have to send them anywhere. As long as you clip them, there's someone in the back who's looking through all the clips on all the channels, trying to find the top 5 ones. But if you tweet it at me with the hashtag TwitchRivals, I'll definitely look at it, maybe retweet it, maybe send it to them.
On this platform.
Do
right
that.
Here, and then I'll cone it. All right, we can low launch it. Whoa.
Sorry about the low launch right now.
Just go.
You should have edited the pyramid. There's a team coming in on the side. They've got to get there. Mega blocks them off.
What is happening?
With the wall.
One person.
That's the difficulty about the short launch too, but he's going to be able to shockwave, and this is right on top of Sean, Aiden, Innocence, and company, and a mech stomps right on that base. It's no longer, but they probably just launch padded away, because, you know, they have 10. They're chasing them.
Was considering going back.
Okay, yeah, get on top. I'm on dubs. Literally on dubs.
No, they're actually just playing for positioning now because they've thrown themselves into the center of the chaos here as they try to get to this mountain for safety. Definitely the ideal place to be because that 50-50.
And for reference, we're watching Mega Eclipse, Skeptic, and Dubs.
No, I'll drop the biggies. Here.
And this was the team that had just chased off Takata Landjock on that short launch and stopped them from really having the ideal launch. But they all do get center zone on the side, or if not on top, which is where they are right now. Building up a little bit of height, that's going to give them a huge vantage point to get tags, but also drag some attention to them. So if there are any brutes on the map, I still have not seen Symmetrical, Psalm, and company go down in the feed. So you never know if these guys, the Meta Masters, are going to be basing up their mech somewhere and bringing it up to a tarp again.
And this is game 2 of 4, guys, so just about halfway through the action today.
They got in the mech.
No, there's not.
You can see the other team is poised up on the mountain. Any of those teams can just tarp in just a little bit, a square or 2, and they'll be safe. They get lucked out and catch zone, that'd be perfect for them, but you never really know. That's why most teams are playing for this middle mountain here because they have high odds of getting anywhere near the next zone, especially this next one will be the half in, half out zone here, which is going to reveal itself in a second. And there it is. It's pushing downwards, so they have the advantage now to play off the mountain. They have a launch pad for it as well, so they can, like he's just called out there, they can low pad around the side of the mountain.
Meanwhile, Storm Surge is active.
Whoa, I didn't even realize Storm Surge was in.
There needs to be 6 more players to go down. That threshold right here in the 5th zone is 50. So once 6 players go down, Storm Surge will deactivate. But for now, there are players getting tagged by the Storm Surge if you're not above the damage threshold, which is based on the average damage of the entire server. These guys right here are above. They don't have to worry, but it's dynamic, so it could change at any moment. You could all of a sudden, if you're not careful, fall below.
You can see this is where the struggle begins because they're only 13 damage above, 3 above now, and they are affected by the Storm Surge, 1 below, so they have to do damage to some players. There was a team rotating there. It probably would have been ideal to just take a shot. BUGHA has to shoot here. She missed. This could be the difference in keeping her team alive right now. Can she clutch up, hit the shot? All she has to do is hit 1.
That's it.
Oh, lucky for them, they do get above. So someone on the squad managed to do it.
But only 5 HP. We can see right behind her arm.
I was going to say, not before Doherty goes down, though. And they're 16 above now, so just barely again.
With 5 HP, I'm surprised she didn't just get tagged here. Punisher placing the campfire. It is still active. 1 more player needs to go down. Somebody's definitely getting tagged by Storm Surge, which is why there's so many. Gubba finally going down to Pier. Just raining RPGs right here in the team in front of him. And trying to get it in with the spam from the AR from Connor. Now, last 2 teammates remaining. Except for PK still up in the feed, just got KU'd.
Yep. This is a very stacked lobby they found themselves in here, so have to stick together at this point. Can he catch? Someone just made an error on the pad right there. That's going to hit a shot, too. Didn't quite get the conversion, though. And he's going to break the... Is he looking to break the launch pad? He's going to try and drop a team on them. using all of his rockets right here instead of kind of playing in unison with his teammate so they can try and convert into something larger. All right, it's just blocked. He shoots a rocket up, and it's not really going to be enough. The shockwave is going to let him get closer, though, so I guess it was going to pay off there. So he leaves behind Connor in the storm, and now they're so split here and in shambles loot-wise.
In shambles loot-wise, and shambles heal-wise, and shambles position-wise. There's nothing going right for this team from the get-go, and now in zone, he's got 3 HP, survives with that, but still alive and still a chance. Never give up, never mind. As we pay homage to Tim there, Connor. A little bit delayed.
In the game. He's got 1 junk rift. Is this the time you use it when you're kind of a use it, don't lose it situation here, right? The zone is pushing up, so he's just taking his time, letting the team above him get ahead here so he can sneak in right now.
And again, Storm Surge will become active
out the zone right there.
During this zone within the next couple of seconds. Storm Surge will become active again. They're way above it now, as you can see on the right side of his screen. Can he find one? He can't take too much in the zone. Tilt takes him out, and I think he's also going to go down because of the time he's going to be spending in that zone. But now, onto Takada, Landjock, and Kaysen. Storm Surge is over right now in that 7th zone. We're moving forward and approaching the last moments of the game. Elevate's still up, Aiden's still up, that Innocence team that we saw out of retail.
And honestly, it's just so important to stay alive as long as you can, like they said right here, because placement grants you more prizing. The longer you stay alive, the more winnings you get for your entire team. So it's not just about picking up Elam, it's about just staying in the game, staying in the running. And he makes the edit right here. That was his wall. That shockwave is going to drop him down layer. Can he get back up? He's going back up, and he falls all the way down. Lucky for him, the shockwave effect was active somehow, although he lost the momentum there. But at least he's still in the game right now.
I'm dead.
Kaysen goes down. It's now up to these last 2, and they're running out of materials. He's only got 1 build remaining. Can he make it work? Where is Landjock? Can he get back to his team to get the support that he needs? We've got 1 more zone after this. This one closes in 20. He picks up an elimination down on low ground. That's where Landjock is, and he finds some shockwaves too. He's going to be able to get right back up on the high ground and possibly to his teammate. And he's got 800 mats from that 1 elimination. Takada, meanwhile, grabs 1 as well onto Eclipse. And they're fighting their way back in. They're clawing ever so closer to each other and back into this game. 2 eliminations on Landjock. Where is he going to go from here?
This is just enough downtime to regather themselves and regroup here. So you see there, he's looking down where his teammate is. He's finally pinpointed him and catches a huge drop right there. The shotgun pump doing as much damage as it could as he completely deletes that player. And now he's with his squad mate. So there goes the split from 0 mats to 200 a pop. They're back in the game here. The medkit, or excuse me, the big pot / campfire there is going to be huge. Gives him a lot more health in the exchange. Here comes a rocket. It's going to take that player out from the sky.
Takes him slightly down lower. Not too many materials to make this happen. Now directly under the team, he's going to definitely want to go right back down to his teammate. Remember, they both split their materials, only 100 on each. And then knock it down again, possibly get elimination. Yes, they do get the knock on the chap, but still 1 in the zone. Possibly Symphony, Snoo, but that team's completely eliminated right now, and all of a sudden, Landjock and Takada are in a commanding position besides their HP.
No. He rocketed the platform right as Takada was going down. Now Takada's going to fall there, and this might be it. He puts the clutch campfire down to get himself just a little more health. And here it is. He's going to bank it all on the RPG as it comes down, but the travel time on the missile, he actually falls faster than that. Unfortunately, could not connect in those final moments. Innocence walks away with the win.
Trash team? Nope, definitely not this time. They win the game. Maybe it was a reverse caster curse, right? The guys playing the game call somebody.
It was the 9,000 IQ play. They're like, let's pretend like we don't know how to build in retail. That won't be great.
Here's a tale that we've heard a couple of times now. Every time we switch over to lobby number B, it's Hornet, Tickers, and Road in the end game. We saw yesterday was Hornet and Tickers. They moved their way.
Has to be one of the worst shockwaves a team can make there when you chuck your squad into the zone, unfortunately, there. So it's going to cost him just a little bit, but it's all good because he has positioning primed up right here as he's laying down shots on everyone nearby. servers are going to counterfire here.
I'm one layer below you. We're one layer below you.
Nice calm right there to help give a little bit of awareness to his squad mate, and falls down, and now they're on the same squad here. Hornet and Roet side by side, their entire team at the hip here, exactly where you want to be. Spidey, Thomas, and Aguilar are on the high ground here. And they have so much space. It's actually, they're so high that a shockwave can't get to them. Okay, so they're going to go ahead and lower themselves here.
13 players remaining in this game. Got 2 zones remaining. Spidey, Thomas, and Aguilar right now are so high that there's almost no danger for even a shockwave to retake this high ground. They must get knocked down or something like that in order for this to lose their advantage.
Yeah, it actually worked perfectly there too. You heard the shockwaves kind of pop out, but they were not able to scathe the builds that they're standing on. So everything is all good here. Again, the fire coming in. 10 players remain. Players are getting dropped here. Electra finds Ghoul in the low ground, and Ifapod falls to the storm to Electra.
Electra is the team that won the last game, and she just got traded out with DrLUPO. Fuzzy as well chiming in with an elimination down on low ground. It's all going down right now, all the way down on the low. They're just spraying down Thomas, Spidey, and Aguilar, meanwhile, still in command of this game. If they can open up the sight lines, they'll possibly even be able to find the last couple of eliminations.
I love how Thomas came right back up, used his kind of heals for the player on high ground. He's going to keep Aguilar in the game, and then they fall down. So now Spidey and Thomas are just trying to get closer, ever so closer and closer here to get the health advantage. In comes what looked like a throwable there. Kind of crack things open and pace the game slow down. So it's a 3v2.
And Fuzzy just finally went down, so the team that won last game did end up going down possibly in 3rd place, but 2 Hornet Tickers and Roat. Thomas, Spidey going all the way down to low ground. They're fighting against Hornet and company. And Aguilar wants to possibly go for the heal off with these chug splashes here, but they're going to get knocked all the way down with the minigun. And they're going to get the win too, regardless of all the pressure. Victory royale to the team on high ground. They commanded the way from the start in that one, as Hornet, Tickers, and Roat couldn't get back up.
For a second there, they were on the same platform with the enemy, but Aguilar was so focused on trying to get down to his teammate. He nearly made a mistake there and lost to Elam, or maybe his life in that final moment right there with all the chug splashes.
So many of these Group B games seem to be the Thomas versus Tickers and Hornets show. Tickers and Hornet, one of our 3-man squads here, as they did not find a 4th, so making it late game there. But you talked about it earlier, like in this particular format, being a man down is not nearly as much of a disadvantage.
Yeah, it's still possible, very clearly, as they take that one. And against the other team, Hornet, Tickers, and Roat is impressive. And another team that was in there was the team that won last game. Fuzzy, Electra, Chica.
And Electra, by the way, you popped off, girl.
Yeah, seriously. What was that, like 3 elims in endgame? That's so difficult. So yeah, definitely popped up there.
So many kills there. And we did have, we have the replay of the game that happened that we didn't watch on stream. This game obviously happening all across Twitch on many different channels.
Couple moments here.
Was that guy's name Big Bobby Builds?
Yeah, Big Bobby Builds. He's in this. He's in the running here.
Ooh!
Highlight from Tim as he catches about 3 hand cannon shots from downtown. Let's see. Ooh, we're about to see a big snipe in. Boom! Knocks the Fox. Takes one full of lead to the chest right there.
Of course, Spidey, part of that team that won the game, so that snipe.
Whoa! The stinker value right there.
Still one alive.
It's Valkyrie's team who is victim to the stinks.
The final moments again from Spidey's POV.
So here it is. We saw him jump down. Let's see what it was. Nice little flick shot right there.
Stay up. Never go down.
He goes all the way down for it.
Dang, that was nasty by Spidey there. That first shot, especially. I mean, the second one too impressive when all is coming down to that final moment. The pressure's on to hit that still. But that first one actually gave him the chance right there, because it was double minigun. Bringing them down. His teammate didn't quite get the angle that he needed because he was trying to make the edit to go down himself. So when all that matters, he hits the shots.
Double minigun's terrifying. Okay, so we're through 2 games, folks. We got 2 more to go. So much more cash to give out as well. So we're gonna take a quick break, get those games set up. We'll be right back.